Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Strider Chip. I am back with another one, as you guys can see. And today, guys, we got ourselves a new deck profile. I wanted to go ahead and show off. This is a Super Saiyan Cabba deck profile here that I did make. Let's dive right into it. Let's get into it. All right, so let's talk about the leader. We have our leader side of the card here. As you can see, it's Cabba. This is from the new set, Saiyan Showdown. Its auto effect is you choose one Universe 6 card in your hand, you discard it. When it attacks, you draw in 2. So that's actually pretty cool. It has that draw power to it. Then it has the Awaken side for life or less. Or if you have a blue Unison with a specified cost of 2 in play, you draw 2 cards. And then you're going to add as many up to least 2 cards from your life until you have 6 left, and then you're gonna flip the card over. So the flip side of the card has the auto once per turn. If it's your opponent's turn, you may play when you play. If it's your opponent's turn, and when you play a Universe 6 card in your hand, you're gonna switch up to one of your blue energies in active mode. So it is somewhat kind of similar to a Soul Striker a little bit. Basically, this leader takes advantage of the rival skill. A lot of times you're going to use that at rival skill, which is also an active battle skill. Dragon Ball Super card game on your opponent's turn, you're going to take advantage of that. And yeah, it's definitely going to work out pretty well. It says auto. When this card attacks, you're going to draw 1. It's the second skill. And then it says there's the active battle. Once per turn, spirit boost 1. Use up to 1 of your blue Universe 6 cards from your drop area in your combo with a skill negated for the turn. So it's actually pretty cool. So it's not bad. The leader's not that bad. You can definitely do some stuff with it. So let's go ahead and talk about the search engine that I decided to make in this game. As you can see, this is our search engine. So one of the cards we have is Khalifa, the Bold Sister. This skill is permanent. This card can't be KO'd by your opponent's skill, so it's that has that permanent skill, so it's not going to be get KO'd for nothing. So it's actually pretty cool. It's going to remain on the field. And then it says when you play it, it says look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You choose up to 1 blue Universe 6 card among them and add it to your hand, and then you're going to shuffle your deck. So it's actually pretty cool. Okay. Then we have a Kale, which is the Kale with the blue Kale, Timid Sister. It's permanent, still the same. Then you have the auto effect. When you play the card, you choose 1 blue Universe 6 card with energy cost of 3 or more in your drop area. You're going to add it to your hand. So this card is really good. It's resourceful. Basically, it's a monster reborn. You're playing a card, blue or yellow, Universe 6. It's in your drop. Energy cost of 3 or more, and add it to your hand. In this deck, you have several targets here for that. That's 3 or more. A lot of the cards that you do have um, that's very resourceful are going to be Universe 6 cards, and they're going to be at least a level, at the very least, it'll be a level 3. But most of them are going to be in your level 4s and beyond that. Going to be your most resourceful cards that you need to use in case situations come up for it. Now we have another Kale card. This is Kale Refusion. This card is another searcher as well. When you're playing it, it says look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 blue Universe 6 card with an energy cost of 3 or less. 3 or less. Or if you have a blue Unison card with a specified cost of 2 among them in your hand, you're going to shuffle. You shuffle your deck. So basically, you can for at least something that's 3 or less. This is Universe 6. Or you can search for Unison, which is going to be pretty useful as well. In this deck, the way I'm playing it, I'm playing at least 3 Unisons of what you'll see, at least 3 of them. Up to 4 can be nice as well. It's entirely up to you. It's about preference. I added some pretty nice tech to it here as well, in case things come up or show up for it. Then we have the active main. It says look at active main once per turn. It says you have a blue energy. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and you're gonna add up to 1 blue Khalifa or Khalifa or Kefla card among them, and you're gonna place the remaining in your bottom of your deck. So this is an additional search engine here to this card as well. Allows you, typically you're gonna be looking for your Kefla card mainly. That's gonna be your main target because you are playing Kefla in this deck. You're playing 2 Keflas in the deck, so that's gonna be one of your other search cards. And then the last search card is going to have Universe 6 assemble. This is permanent. If your leader is a Universe 6 card, you can activate this card's active battle skill from your hand from your hand without playing its energy cost. So that's actually pretty cool. You can activate the active battle skill from your hand without paying the energy cost. And then the active main skill part of it is really what you're going to take advantage of. You're paying 1 energy. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You're adding 1 blue Universe 6 card with an energy cost of 5 or less among them, and then you're going to shuffle your deck. Then the active battle skills, you use one of your Universe 6 cards in your drop area in your combo, and it gets a -5 combo for the turn, and then the skills negated for the then you negate the skills for the turn. Personally, I wouldn't use the active battle that much for this leader. I'm mainly going to take the active main. That's the main card you're going to take advantage of. You're not going to do anything else but that. But that is your search engine to the game. So let's talk about the removal cards that I decided to have in this game. So we have our removal cards. The first one is Hit Flawless Attacker. Hit Flawless Attacker is energy exhaust. It has barrier on it. Permanent. It says if you have a blue or yellow Universe 6 card in play, you negate the skills. Negate this card's energy exhaust skill in all areas. So it's negated, which as long as you have a blue or yellow Universe 6 card in play, and you will. So that's actually going to be something you can take advantage of. And it says the auto skill, when you play this card, you may draw 1. If you don't, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So this card is used to KO cards that's on the field that doesn't have barrier that you're trying to get rid of, and you have support cards in your deck that allows you to switch things to rest mode with this deck. So you're going to take advantage of this card in order to do it. Now, there's another skill. It's an active main. It says once per turn, use 1 energy. You can evolve the skill of a yellow hit card in your hand this turn and reduce reduce the skill cost of that evolve skill by 2 yellows. So this card was actually made for the hit that came out previously, and I forgot what set it was, but it was a previous previous set. It was a yellow hit. It was a 5-drop. It had dual attack on it, and it was actually pretty nice. It was a really, really nice card, and it pretty much does the same thing that the hit Unison does, and the newer battle cards for hit does as well. A lot of people are not really playing it. I think that this card works very perfectly for it. Hey, and maybe in the near future, I might make a mono hit deck. Might end up doing it. But anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about the other board removal. So we have Hit Rapid Movement, which is another good card. If you have a blue or yellow multicolored card in your energy, it's reduced the combo cost of the card in your hand and battle area by 1. So that's actually pretty good here. As long as you have a blue multicolored card in your energy, this is going to reduce it. And then it has energy exhaust on it as well. And then this is the auto effect. It says auto. When you play this card, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and place them at the bottom of your deck. So this is the board removal. You're playing this card to remove something that's on the field that you do not like. You're going to really take advantage of that. So I'm playing at least 3 of those. You can play up to 4, but 3 I think is a pretty decent number. Next card we have is Super Saiyan 2 Kefla Lightning Speed, which is a pretty cool card. Very strong. Wish this card had deflect on it, but hey, it is what it is. It has energy exhaust, double strike, blocker on it, so you have some defense as well. And it's a rival, blue yellow. Use 2 blue energies and 1 yellow. When you play this card, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier. You're gonna put it at the bottom of your deck. And this is pretty much a removal card. It's removal. It has offense and defense here to this card. That makes it so awesome. And then you have the active main specs, limit 1, so it's 1 copy of the card per turn. If your opponent has 3 or more energies, you choose 1 card in your hand and you're going to discard it. And then this card gains dual attack for the turn. And it says if the card you discard with this skill is a copy of this card, you're going to draw 2. You're going to choose up to one of your opponent's cards. You're going to switch it to rest modes, which is pretty cool. So you're playing this at 4 because this is one of your main win conditions to the deck. You're playing 4 of these cards here to the deck. That's one of your main win conditions. A very strong card. It's going to do exactly what you want it to do. But anyway, so that makes up our removal engine or removal side of the cards. Let's talk about pretty much the support. So for the first things I have here, support. We have Sensu Beam. We already know what it is. It's untap 2. Use 1 energy, untap 2 your energies, gain 5k. And then we have Dimension Magic. You guys already know what that one is here as well, which is self-explanatory. But we do have a newer one. It's a Sister's Determination, which is a newer card, super rare, extra card. It says if your leader is a Universe 6 card, which in this case it is, you're going to negate the attack. You may choose 1 blue card in your hand and discard it. If you do, your opponent can only attack 1 more time for the turn with a battle card or Unison with 20k power or more. So it's actually pretty cool. So this card is useful. It can be very resourceful for you when certain situations. So it's basically, obviously, anything that's 20k or more, you're going to use this with when you see it on the field. Basically, during, I would say, mid-game pressure, towards the end of the game, a lot of the cards that the big win conditions that your player is going to have, you're going to technically use this card for it. It slows them down, and it really, really does help out. But it is an active battle skill as well, limited 1. And it says if it's your opponent's turn, choose up to 1 of your cards, and it gets a 10k power for the battle. Then choose up to 1 of your mono blue energies, and you're going to switch it to active mode. It's pretty cool. But I think that's very useful. Very useful card. Very strong card. Now, our other side of support, would continue on with support, excuse me. We have Champa the Trickster, counterplay, the permanent multicolor card that's in your energy. You're going to reduce the energy cost of your card by 1. When you play this card, you're going to choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and you're going to switch to rest mode. Then you're going to draw 1 card. So this is actually a pretty cool card, really strong card. It's just there to support you from, KOing cards that's on the field. You want to KO cards that they out on the field. You want to get rid of them. This card really helps out for it. It really, really helps out with that hit flawless attacker. It really helps out with that. The next card we have is we have another Champa card. It's our Champa and Vados. Champa and Vados card here. This is an arrival card. You're using this. This is one of the main support cards you're going to use effectively here with this deck, because you're going to reduce the combo cost of all your blue, yellow, Universe 6 cards in your hand by 1. So essentially, the more of these cards you have in the field, the better. The more you have, the better. I would say the more you have them, the better, because it really, really helps out. So, man, I think this card is very, very good. I think it's very good. It's underestimated. Reducing the combo cost of all your Universe 6 cards in your hand, that's just amazing. It really helps out. And then it has another permanent effect here to it. It says if this card was removed from the battle area by your opponent's skill, you may choose 1 card in your hand and place it in your drop area. If you do, this card remains in the battle area. You're going to switch it to rest mode. You're going to choose up to 1 of your opponent's energies. You're going to switch it to rest mode as well. So that's actually pretty good. Real good. It's like I said, it's a really good card. So basically, a lot of the cards you have 10k with, which you do have a lot of cards in this deck that have a lot of 10k. You need to use energy in order to do it. It's going to do tremendous amounts of damage. You're playing those cards for free, essentially. So that is just amazing. It's super amazing. All right, so our next, continuing on with our other cards here, we have, our Kefla. Yeah, we have our Kefla, rival Kefla. When you basically, another rival Kefla, when you combo with this card, if your leader's Universe 6 and it's your opponent's turn, you're going to choose 1 of your cards, 1 of your opponent's energy, you're going to switch it to rest mode. That's actually pretty good. And then if you do, you pretty much this card's auto skill doesn't activate this turn if you did play it, if you're using the combo. When you play the card, that turn, the auto skills don't activate. Even on another, I would say, even on another copy of another card, the skills don't activate. When you play this card during your turn, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards. It's going to say switch it to rest mode. Then negate that battle card skill until the end of your opponent's next turn. So that's actually pretty cool. That's some real good stuff. Real good things. That's a really good card. Card is there for support. There just to kind of manipulate the energy, as you will, or you can use it to switch some of your opponent's battle cards to rest mode, and then you're negating the skills as well, which is actually pretty amazing. So that really helps out a lot. Now our next, going over to our new, more to the support, we have Zymos, Sacred Disbelief, the super combo. It's enough more. You guys already know what it is. When you combo this card from your hand, you're gonna choose your leader or battle card, switch it to rest mode. Really cool stuff. And then we have our other super combo, Vegeta Disciplined Warrior. It's the GT one. You already know what it is. You combo with it. 4 life or less, choose one card in your hand, put it in the bottom of your deck, you're drawing 2 instead. You guys already know what that is. So that's actually pretty cool. Continue on with the support. So we have Son Goku and Hit, the Supreme Alliance, another cool card. Has energy exhaust. This is your blockers here to your deck as you're going to use as a blocker. Arrival, blue, yellow. You have the active battle skill on it. If your leader is blue or yellow, you're going to switch this card to active mode. So this card is universal. You can play it in the Universe 6 deck. No matter who you want to, where you want to play it. You can play wherever you want. But so you swing with it on your turn, and then you're going to switch it back to active mode. And then you may be able to swing at you again, and that's it. And then let's say if it's your opponent's turn. Let's say your opponent decides to swing at your leader, you can switch this card back to active mode because it's active battle, and switch it back to active mode since it's his turn, and then you're using it as a blocker. So yeah, it's actually not it's a pretty really good card. I think that's a really good and strong card in that deck. It's really strong, very strong. So in the next card we have Dr. Rhoda. This is another cool card. It's a blocker, pretty much at that. And then when it gets KO, you're choosing one of your blue energies. Is going to switch it back to active mode. So it's there for the defense as well, and there to support you out. Is really there to support you do that. And then we have another Hit. This card is called Hit in Cold Blood. This is another strong card. However, it doesn't have deflect on it, so I mean, this is a trump card. You can use this as bait, in my opinion. So to use this bait, let's say you, instead of playing this card that you wanted to play, you're gonna play the other card that you wanted to play. You play something else. So let's say you play Kefla. What they did with Kefla, they counterplayed it, and after that happened, then you would play Hit, Cold and Blood or so. It's just there for bait whenever you need to use it, or whenever you need to use it. I'm playing only one of those here in the deck. It says reduce the energy cost of the card in your hand by 1 for each battle card that is blue and or yellow. So that's actually pretty cool. So it's going to get reduced down to like you playing it in 4 energy essentially at that. And when you play this card, it says flip your opponent's leader to the front, and if you do, your opponent can't activate your leader's awakening or wish skill until the end of your opponent's next turn. So basically, it has triple strike. Their leader is going to get flipped over. You're going to swing with 30k. That's going to really do some serious damage over to your opponent. It's going to do some serious damage here to your opponent. That's if they can out combo it. I mean, you can use this card to actually kind of go for the game, to be honest here with you. It can be used like that. That's entirely up to you. That's rich. It's not a bad card. Overall, it's not a bad card. Then we have our Unison, the Hit Battlefield Manipulator. Auto once per turn. If it's your opponent's turn, when you play a blue battle card using Arrival, add a marker to this card. So it's going to get a marker every time you use Arrival on your opponent's turn. Then you have active main. Draw 1, you're going to draw a card, and then it says there's a minus active main. You use 2 of your blue energies. If your leader card is blue or Universe 6 card, your opponent has 3 or more energies. You're going to flip your opponent's leader to the front, and if you do, your opponent can't activate their leader's awakening or wish skill until the end of the next turn. That's actually pretty good. Once again, it's all good. It's dope. don't get wrong. I'm playing that at 3, and I know I got Hit, Cold, and Blood, which does basically the same thing. It's a little bit overkill. I know some of you may say that, and it's a little bit overkill, but at the end of the day, it's there for you to take advantage of. So whenever the time is necessary here for you to use it, you're gonna use that. Then we have Baby Hachiyak. I decided to put this in the card instead of Vegito, Power Patara. I started to put this one in the deck because I think this one's a little bit more helpful and very valuable. It's ultimate. You're gonna if you have 3 or more energies, you're gonna negate the attack. Play this card. Your opponent can't attack for the turn. So that's basically them giving up. You're giving up. Them giving up their turn after you play this card on the field. And it's just you going in for game basically when this happens. And let's say you have your Unison on the field. That's pretty much all. That's pretty much it. If this card would be removed from the battle area, removed from the game instead, if your leader's mono blue, in this case it is, you're gonna choose one of your other cards in your hand and discard it instead of paying this card's energy cost when you activate this counter's skill from your hand. So that's actually pretty cool. That's really good. I want this Baby Hachiyak so bad. I don't have it, but I really do want it because it's really, really strong. It's a really strong card. It's pretty much a wrap when that happens here. I mean, let's say you've gotten to your win. You're at a certain point in the match in which you're trying to win the match. I mean, you probably use that, take advantage of maybe your Kefla or whoever, your hits, and you're just gonna go for game. But that's pretty much it, guys. That is the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, subscribe for more deck content coming soon, and peace.